We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hello. How's everybody out there? A little talking shit. That's right, talking shit on a Friday. Today we're going to talk about the reality of Ford's position right now in the marketplace. A lot of you guys are getting your news in weird places. You get it on Twitter, you get it on Facebook, you get it on Instagram, and you see, if you follow all the Ford ball washers, you would think Ford is doing some amazing things, and Ford is absolutely getting after it and doing well, and people are excited for Ford's future. But there's only one problem. The market doesn't think so. Based on what's happening with chip shortages, based on what's happening with labor shortages, based on what's happening with the EV mandates, I can make the case that forcing Ford to go EV will hurt it in the short run. And if an administration change happens, a complete regime change, this 11 or whatever billion dollar push that they're doing with electric might be all for absolutely nothing. And before we get into it way too much, we'd like to thank the sponsors here. The sponsors, of course, that make everything happen. We got the Parts Farm. That's right. Parts Farm and I are working together on something that I think you guys are going to enjoy. I think we're going to bring some awesome new content to the channel. Parts Farm was a massive part of that venture, and they've made something possible that I think you guys are going to absolutely eat up and enjoy. We've talked about it a lot in the past. Parts Farm is going to get after 2 Auto Solution. We just tuned a 22 Mustang for them today, and the thing actually made halfway decent power on pump gas. I think Puerto Rico has that sweet fuel Caliber transmission. The guy bought a Mach 1, and he's working on the 3160s because he ain't no stupid motherfucker. He knows that Ford's going to break a bunch of shit, and a lot of people are going to rely on that guy right there, Ben Caliber, to fix their transmissions. And oh my God, cookies, right now they're on date night. They're trying to have some fun. They got the kids babysitting somewhere. They're going to bang all night because the kids are going to be at someone else's house. So before we get way too into the weeds and read articles and give you a monologue, we're going to go say hi to the people here. And then we can, start talking some shit. We got 2000 MCR, Diego Flores, Slow Sean, with SVT, EPA, Alan, JD Swag, Frank Weaver, D-Rock Fox, Anthony 50, John Jones, Shipbox Fox, Fresh Pastelazo, Homestead Johnny's, Zay Snipes, Tush Did It, SK Jeff, Turuvi, Ate, Racing in the freaking house. Absolutely. You know why I did the show at 8 o'clock? Because that's when he wakes up. FLKA, the fucking rat. Absolutely. Good evening, says Diego A, D-Rock Fox, Pizza. Diego Harley Taquachemo, Turuviate says, hey, guess what, you foreskin connoisseurs? I got a generator and started laying beats today. Front end is almost finished, wrapping up Sunday and potential vid. I can't wait to see the vid of those welds. Giovanni, Vince, Caddy, EPA, hey, EPA in the house. Turbo, Boom, bye-bye. What's up, brother? Mr. Port St. Lucie, Victor, Jason, Melissa, Pretty Lady, Encore, Mark, Reekin 50, Boxy Luxury, thanks for the ESS update with the white car. Guys, everyone loved. I have no idea, but I had no idea. Everybody loved that video. Maybe it's because of the sound. Maybe it's because of the unboxing or the direction the car is taking. Shout out to ESS for providing a brother a kit with absolutely no strings attached. Bendición says, Reaper Rican, Slick 50, Valdez, Evan Smith, classy commenter. You'd think we would miss the show for date night? I mean, guys, your marriage is a little more important than the show. Automotive Anarchy, Hellcat, Noltec, JD Swag, Irving, Patrick, Sam says, donation for dealing with all the smooth brains, the last lie. Pussy Pounder, JP06, Melissa, Brandon in the house. Let's get to some articles. And guess what the homeboy's wearing? Guess what the homeboy's wearing? Oh,
take that, Elon Musk.
Look at that outfit homeboy's wearing. I gotta love that shit. So, Ford asks dealers to invest in EVs as it chases Tesla-like profit. Key bullet points of the article. Ford CEO, you know who the guy is.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Jim Farley wants Ford dealers to become the most valuable franchise in the industry as the company plans to grow sales across traditional and EV businesses. The automaker is asking 3,000 dealers to invest upwards of $1 million for upgrades to sell all electric vehicles. I repeat, Jim Farley is asking dealers to pony up to $1 million so that you can have proper training, allocations, Charging stations basically convert your dealership to an EV dealership. I can't wait to see the final numbers as to who in the hell is going to take them up on that offer. You can opt out though. Let's read the article. Las Vegas, Ford Motor Company is asking 3,000 dealers to invest upward of $1 million to upgrade it in all electric vehicles as the automaker attempts to cut overhead costs and boost profits as its retailers better align with EV leader Tesla. When you start asking your dealers for money, shit's bad. Ford is offering its dealers to the option to become EV certified because we all want that. Under one of two programs with investments from $500 to $1.2 million, dealers in the high tier will carry upfront costs of $900,000 and receive elite certification and be allocated more EVs, the executive said. So let me ask you guys a question. If you're a sales guy and EV pricing is static, meaning no markups, no nothing, and you're a sales guy making popcorn and putting up balloons for the 15th time this month and making up some bullshit holiday to say that there's a sale and you're waving people down with, people that have sign flippers. If a guy comes into your lot and says, I'm looking for a mid-size SUV that gets about 200 to 300 mile range and the price range between $40,000 and $60,000, and you could make more money on a gas-powered Flex, Expedition, what's the other one? The middle one. There's like not a Flex. It's called like Escape, right? And you're like, wait a minute. I can sell this Escape for whatever and make $8,000 on the deal, or I can push them towards the EV that I make nothing on, or very minimal money because they want a very locked down price because Tesla has locked down pricing, no dealerships. Here it is. It's like Carvana. You go to Tesla.com, build your car, put a down payment on a card. The car shows up to the motherfucking dealership. You pick it up, sign some paperwork, and it's done. No haggling, no talking to sales guys, no nothing. So you tell me, if a dealer pays $1 million to Ford and they put chargers in there and they give the guy training and they give the guy this and they give the guy that, you think he's going to go in there and sell an EV over something he can make more money on? Do you think people are going to run to dealerships to buy EVs or something that they could put gas in because that's Ford EVs? People are dying for Tesla EVs, and I understand why. Ford EVs? Remember when the Ford F-150 came out? It was supposed to be a $45,000 to $50,000 truck. Now you're seeing these trucks at $100,000 with dealer markup used. Do you think it's going to get better or worse? Let's keep reading. It's going to be a good time, guys. Dealers have until October 31 to make a decision and until the end of the year to make an investment. It's an effort to elevate Ford dealers as the company seeks to grow sales across its traditional and commercial businesses, as well as EVs, Teslas, and other electric vehicle startups, selling directly to consumers without franchise dealers. We're betting on the dealers. We're not going to go direct, but we need to specialize, says Jim Farley. After briefing the dealers about the plans, the main message I have for the dealers is, which I never said before, is I didn't believe it if it was true that if you could be the most valuable asset in our industry. This sounds like a fucking sales guy. You guys are the key to making this EV stuff grow. All you got to give us is $1 million and we'll make your dealership EV compliant with more allocations. So if you guys started watching news on social media, if you guys started watching news on Facebook, all that stuff, you see all the ball washers. Name one guy that's a magazine writer or works for an aftermarket company that said something slightly negative about the S650. Chintzy dash, dumb this, build quality not great. Like, who's excited over two throttle bodies? Like, nobody's excited over two throttle bodies that yielded a net gain of 20 horse, maybe 15 horse. And tuning, we don't know yet. Whipple announced that they have a blower. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Like, whoop-de-fucking-do. But let's keep talking. And then we're going to, basically, they're saying, dealers, give us money. We'll make you EV certified. And we'll put charging stations. We'll train your motherfuckers. By the way, you can't fuck with the price. I can't wait to see when they have an Escape in front of them and a Mach-E GT. And the sales guy is going to sell the one that makes him the most money, plain and simple. And along those lines, I came across another article in my venture. Ford stock has biggest daily drop since 2011 after inflation warning. Reuters. September 20th, Ford Motor Company stock tumbled over 12% on one day Tuesday, in the deepest one-day decline in over a decade. And the automaker said inflation-related costs would be $1 billion more than expected in the current quarter because of part shortages and delayed deliveries. The stock ended at $13.09. Ford's preliminary third quarter results released on Monday sent the rival General Motors shares down 5.6%. It appears that across the country, chip and component shortages may be improving at a slower pace than anticipated. What a stupid sentence. Listen to this sentence, guys. It appears that across the country, chip and component shortages may be improving at a slower. What a stupid word salad that is. It's not improving as quickly as we wanted. Improving at a slower pace. A positive with a negative. Deutsche Bank analyst said, Ford's inflation troubles and FedEx's weak demand highlights the bind the Federal Reserve is in, and of the U.S. Central Bank's policy making meeting Wednesday. The Fed is blah, 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 blah. Ford also estimated 40 to 45,000 vehicles inventory lacking parts. What that means is Ford has cars in lots spread all over the country that aren't even finished yet. It comes out of the assembly line, they tow it somewhere, and they store it outside, sitting there, waiting for chips. Ford is set to report third quarter results October 26. Oh, I can't wait to see that report. Or for my 2022 adjusted earnings, it was unclear if the chips part supply would normalize by the end of the year. Deutsche Bank said Ford shares are down 37% in 2022. Where else did you hear that? Because if you get your news from Facebook and Instagram, where else did you hear that? That Ford is down 30%, 37% in 2022. And then you guys see the unveiling of the $9 Target wine bottle, Dark Horse. That's right. The inspiration for the car was a $9 bottle of wine. Actually, I got this at Winn-Dixie for $7.38. So you're telling me that when you saw the car that was absolutely influenced, look at the design, look at the name, it's an absolute $7 bottle of wine. You said, oh my God, Ford is really going to do it. Ford is really going to get after it. Oh my God, this is going to change everything. And then Jim Farley later says, oh, if it wasn't for the Mach-E GT, we wouldn't have had the Mustang. Meanwhile, the Mach-E GT is their best-selling EV. They make 3. The truck, a transit van, and the Mach-E GT, or the Mach-E. I'm like, it's the only one you make. Don't say it's the highest selling one. For a long time, it was the only one you made. And the ballwashers. See, I have no issue with Ford having struggles. I have no issue with the CEO. He has to sell his brand. My issue is with the coverage. The coverage is absolutely ridiculous. Nobody is giving you God's honest truth. I know we're all Mustang fans. I'm a Mustang fan. I want Ford to succeed. But the people that rely on Ford, the parts companies, the aftermarket companies, the people that want to make body kits, they want to make lights, they rely on Ford. Ford is the mother's tit. And these guys suck off it. So they, instead of going, hey, can we have some critical, you better not criticize us or we'll cut you off. That's how it is. I was talking to a guy that spends $1 to $2 million a year buying parts. I repeat, I was talking to someone that buys $1 to $2 million of parts from Ford and Ford Performance. Guess what Ford and Ford Performance is pushing? Godzilla swaps. Godzilla swaps. Did you know, guys, that the Godzilla swap control pack that Ford sells, the automatic version, is only compatible with the 10R140? Not the 10R80, the truck one. The torque converter is like this. So you're going to tell me you can't wait to put a motherfucking Godzilla in your car with a 10R140. And then you go, well, I'll just buy a manual control pack. Well, it's OBR. It's not Ford Racing. It's OBR. It's a completely different control pack. Now let's talk about what it takes to put a Godzilla in your car. A $7,000 engine, doesn't sound that bad. An intake manifold, $1,800. A front cover, a pump upgrade, an oil pump upgrade. So you need an oil pump upgrade, a new water pump, a front timing cover, a new intake. Guys, you're into a swap for $15,000, and we're not talking even cam and heads yet. We're talking a bone stock motor just to fit it into the most popular platform available, the Fox body. You have to absolutely you got to open up the motor to make it fit. Oil pan, front cover, oil pump front cover, and oil pan. And intake manifold, and the control pack, and the 10R140 if you're going to go auto. Oh my God, guys. Stop it. And stop it wreaking 50 with your dumb Mechazilla. They're just selling crate engines. They're not making cars. They're just making crate engines. And if they make that fit into a car, I could not imagine the shit show. We're going backwards. So this parts manufacturer was like, what is happening? I am spending $2 million a year on this, and they're pushing the Godzilla out of all things for the aftermarket. And then they're reskinning an S550, putting 2 tablets on the dash, and the ball washers are like, this is awesome. And 2 years ago, I was talking about, wait a minute, why don't they go 3.5 EcoBoost, all-wheel drive, hybrid? That would have been, in my opinion, game-changing. But they said maybe because of COVID, maybe because of parts, maybe because they did not want to completely redo a car that might not sell well, based on government intervention, based on the aftermarket pushing EV, they probably said, let's not put all our eggs in the Mustang basket. Let's put all our eggs in the F-150, the Lightning, Mach-E, and the Ford Transit van basket, because that's what the government is pushing, EV stuff. Then all of a sudden, stock is down 37%. You can't tell me that there isn't a direct correlation, because the general public doesn't want EVs. From Ford, the general public goes to Tesla when they want an EV. Why would you go to Ford if you want the best and most reliable and potentially the best priced EV? Why would you want to go to Ford to buy something that they made as an afterthought because the government mandated it, as opposed to someone that specializes in it? Crazy times. We'll talk about it. Am I way off? I'm full of shit. The Ford Performance parts game is all Godzilla. How long are they going to make Coyote crate engines? How long are they going to make timing covers? How long are they going to provide parts for Coyote? Stop that and then start pushing a 7-liter push rod motor down your throat. Unreal. It's unreal what's happening. I am blown away that this is happening. Plain and simple. Someone gave me Mexican peso, says like 25 cents. Thank you very much. I really want to know why ESS unit is so light. I'm going to hit up Brevin. And I want Brevin, the president or whatever he is, the owner. I'm going to say, hey, tell me why this head unit is so freaking light. It is ridiculously light. What is it made of? Why is it so light? I also noticed that in the instructions, it says it needs braking oil and then a rebuild or a refurbishment after 5,000 miles. I don't know if that's every 5,000 miles, but after 5,000 miles. I'm going to put that blower on after the hurricane passes. About the last thing I'm going to do is push the GT500 outside, bring the white car in, and then have issues, and then can't move that car or the GT500. So I'm going to wait till this hurricane passes, whether it hits us or goes around us. I'm going to wait. That's going to take maybe about a week. And then I'm going to get after putting the ESS on, but not before I do some testing. Flex tune on pump gas, 60 to 130. Flex tune on E85, 60 to 130, and E85R tune, 60 to 130. It's going to be a good time. That's why Tesla's marketing is number one. They should close all the dealers and order online like Tesla. It would be easy and no markup. So why is Ford asking dealers for up to $1 million each unless they're having money issues? Look, the influx of cash is difficult to manage, especially in a company that size. So all of a sudden, for no freaking reason, they before were saying, we're going to do Ford Blue or whatever it was, and we're going to basically make cars only available, EVs, online. And then all of a sudden, they do a 180 and they go, you know what? Actually, if the dealers give us $1 million each, if the dealers give us $1 million, up to $1 million each, we can make them EV certified.
Take that, Elon Musk.
There's a video explaining this already. Cameron, who did the installation video on ESS, has Brevin talking and showing the internals of the head unit. There you go. So look up that video. Almost bought an ESS kit today. Somebody tell me to do it. Buy it. Look, every single ESS kit I've tuned has tuned exactly like a Vortec or a Paxton. I have not had any issues. And they've all made really good power. So I said, sure. I just simply said yes to his offer. And then once that goes on, I'll give you the results on a stock fuel system with big injectors and race gas. It's going to be pump gas, make about 600, 650. Then I'm going to shove 260 GT because it's readily available here and do that. And then if I get a hair bias and buy a fuel system, I'll give you guys E85 numbers and pulley way the fuck down to 100 millimeter. We hate buying from dealers. Time for bailout once again. Made of magnesium, it's strong and super light. If that's the case, that's badass. If Ford dealerships start to close everywhere, Spirit Halloween will have plenty of new places to move into. Nice. Hit the like, guys. Well, one of the reasons Ford is asking dealers to join the EV program is to expand their charging network. 80% of the U.S. population lives within 25 minutes of a Ford dealer. But why are you making them pony up for it? Let's just say they make a charging station at every dealership. What the hell is that going to look like if they start selling EVs and then a bunch of EVs need to go there to charge? Like Tesla stations, supercharger stations, depending on where you live, sometimes get packed. If you're smart, you go there at nighttime when no one's around, charge your Tesla for a week, and you're good to go, come back a week later. But on every Ford dealership, you're going to try to put an EV station, and you're going to make them pay for it? Come on, weird. Is a Dark Horse wine good, though? I don't know. I don't drink. But it's $7 wine. So you guys tell me. My girlfriend drinks. She's like, I'm going to try it. But the fact that this looked exactly like the Mustang logo, and hell, even the fucking name, it's an embarrassment to everything I know, because once I saw it at Target, I went, wow. People say, well, what about the Katy Perry song? What about... Guys, look at this fucking logo. It's exactly like their logo, except their logo has a little bit of an outline. And if you look at it upside down, it looks like a dick, just like their logo. Stop it. Please, guys, come on. Come on. Don't insult my intelligence. Boy, I love talking shit. It's the best thing I ever do. Good luck on charging your shit on a Sunday. If a dealer can't sell vehicles, most won't stay open. Service and parts barely covering expenses. Ford is in the same situation as Nokia. They got the cool toys a bit too late. Is it thundering outside? Is it thundering outside? Sounds like it's thundering. Oh, someone's bowling upstairs. Exactly. They will charge you to charge the EV. Too funny shit. Have Turvey build them a charging station. Look, I'm gonna build you a charging station, but you gotta leave me the fuck alone and stop breathing down my fucking neck, okay? Because I'm gonna build it under my schedule and my circumstances, my spec. Fuck OSHA. Cause look, I could put wires on the ground and it's gonna get done really fast. It might not be the safest thing on the planet, but it's gonna work. Alex, after you install the ESS and get the miles on it, will you pick a favorite between ESS, Vortec, Etterbach, and VMP? I've had them all. I even have a Whipple in my GT500. And I want a TVS in that motherfucker. I have a TVS coming from Senior. Senior has a TVS 2650 from the first test we made on the GT500. And I'm going to buy it off of him, sell the Whipple 4.5 with a Kenny Bell flange, and put a TVS in the car because I want that sucker to hit hard. Do you think the Vineyard could sue Ford? 381 watching, 107 likes. In California in 2019, during Thanksgiving weekend, people had to wait 3 hours in line to charge their Tesla on Interstate 5. Take that, Elon Musk. Alex has a girlfriend? Can we see her? No, you fucking weirdo. Man, you're a fucking weirdo. Wow, stolen logo, Ford getting drunk on Target wine. Why not use it for the win? Could the wine company sue Ford for taking the symbol and name from the Mustang? I wouldn't be shocked if Ford paid him off so they could do it. Guys, did you know that Tesla was gonna copyright or whatever they do, patent the Model E, but the Ford didn't let them because they were gonna come out with the Mach E? So Tesla made the 3. They had the Model S, they were gonna have the Model E, they have the X and the Y. Sexy. But they couldn't because Ford had a lock on Model E and they had to settle for a 3. Look outside for thunder. Take that, Elon Musk torque storm. Started seeing posts about older EVs coming in for battery replacement costing $18,000. What do you think this does to EV resale value? Nothing, because those weren't Teslas. Look, you are not going to buy an EV vehicle from a manufacturer that has made ICE vehicles for the last 100 years and then in the last 3 to 5 years started making EVs. The learning curve is too steep. They're going to rush these things out to market. They're going to sell it to you. You're going to stupidly buy it. If you're going to buy an EV, there's only one company, or maybe two, but they're really expensive, the two options, to buy an EV. And if you can't afford it, don't buy an EV. Why would you buy something from a person that doesn't specialize in that? Why would you ever do that? That's like me tuning an LS car. I don't specialize in LS. I'm looking at the data and it's actually pretty fucking simple, but I don't specialize in it, and I would never sell a tune for it. It's ridiculous. And it's no different than an LS specialty shop, and you go there and you go, well, you guys tune LSs. Well, why can't you tune a Coyote motor? And you couldn't be further from that is the craziest thought process. So Tesla started with EV, did EV. If you're in the market for an EV, you go there. You don't go to Ford, and you don't go to Chevy either. Stop it. Tesla announced the Model 4. They're speculating on the lineup. They says sexy car. Do you think the silicone hoses reduce IATs as well as reduce knock? I also noticed the head unit draws air from the fender well. Badass looking kit. Keep up the great work, Alex. I didn't do anything. I just simply said yes to the kit. Showed you it on a video. I really like where they draw air from. I really like the bracket. I really like the fact that you can change pulleys in less than 5 minutes. Alex, if I unplug all my speed sensors, will disable the speed limiter? Car will rev past 7,500. True Viate joke. Battery technology is years behind. Right. The problem with Ford, Chevy, and everyone else is trying to do the EV thing is the battery technology. Nobody, not even close, has the technology that Tesla has. If you look, all you have to do is go to Google, go to YouTube for 30 minutes, and just start typing very easy, simple keywords and get your ass educated on this shit. Tesla batteries. You will go into this fucking rabbit hole of mining, of materials, of 4680, 4160, this and that. You're going to go way into the tabless batteries, solid state, but you're going to go into the matrix, and you're going to come out of there going, fuck, I had no freaking idea this thing was happening. What is Ford doing, and where are they getting their electrical motors? Where are they getting their batteries? I'd want to know every single little thing, and it is thundering outside. It's lightning. It's pretty bad. 1,000 likes. Alex kills the bottle of wine. If I get 1,000 likes, I'll take a drink. I don't think I'm going to get 1,000 likes, so I don't even have that much. By the end of the stream, there's no way I'm going to get 1,000 likes. And if I do, I've never drank, so I'll take a drink. It's going to be awful. I'll take a drink. I'll give a fuck. For 1,000 likes, I'm not saying drink the whole bottle. I'll take a sip. Actually, I was raised Catholic, so I've had wine before, technically, when I was a kid. Because you do communion. Buying EV from Ford would be like trying to buy a burger from KFC, right? Completely different strategy with Ford compared to GM. If they started making a lot of retro cyberpunk EV-looking cars, I'd be looking into it. I drive ICE. I like it all. I love ICE. Internal combustion engines. I like the power of EVs. A lot of people get mad at me because I speak positively about EVs, but I don't own one. Like, guys, I don't own one. I am tuning my Corvette now. I'm getting into that. I just received the Lingenfelter Idler. I just received the Kong pulley. I got an ESS kit for my car. Guys, I am ICE heavy. But God damn it, if I could afford it, I'd get myself a Plaid in a heartbeat. The big three were too late. Tesla has it by the nuts. Alex, what do you think of Ford's new Cobra Jet manifold? I don't give a fuck. Why do you guys care about a Cobra Jet manifold, guys? Why in the hell do you guys look at a Cobra Jet manifold that has 2 holes in it instead of one big oval opening and go, what do you think about it, Alex? It doesn't tune any different than the old manifold. No different. It has more plenum volume. What, am I going to tweak the cam timing a little bit and get an extra? Shut up. And that thing looks like a Plasma Man, but it looks like a Plasma Man made by Walmart. So you're limited to about 15 to 20 pounds of boost. So if you're going to boost the car, don't fucking use a Cobra Jet manifold, new or old. Like, I don't understand what's the fascination of the Cobra Jet manifold. Like, I have an NA car. I never even thought of buying it because I'm like, why would I buy a Cobra Jet manifold if I'm not going to change the cams in the car? Why would I buy a Cobra Jet manifold if I'm not looking to put 430s in the car or 456s, cams, and shift it at 8,500 RPMs? Because that's what the mindset is. Like, no different than old Fox bodies, guys. Did you ever look, when you had a Torque 2 or Edelbrock Performer intake on your carbureted car, did you ever say, I want a Victor with a stock cam? Like, did you ever look at it and say, I want a Victor with a stock cam? No. I got E7 heads, stock 89 cam, and I want a Victor high-rise manifold. You would have thought you were nuts. You would have thought you were nuts. But now people go, hey, Alex, what do you think of the Cobra Jet manifold? I go, the same thing I think of a stock cam Fox looking at a Victor intake. Stop it. Please, guys. Well, this is the problem with what we're dealing with. And we talked about it on one of the chats. Well, internally. We are blown away as to the literacy of the new customer. The new customer is car dumb. Car retarded. They go, what do you think about the new Cobra Jet? Hey, Alex, I have a properly running, great driving, cold starts are great, IATs are great, PMAS cold air intake. What do you think if I buy a P51? So let me ask you this. You have a perfectly running car. Yep. Everything's fine. Startup is good. Got it. Solid. Drivability is good. Yep. Makes good power. Absolutely. So now you want to change it? Yep. The literacy of the people here lately in the late model game, especially S550, has dropped by fucking 70%. In terms of, like, guys, S197 guys are Fox body guys. They put cams in cars. They put heads in cars. They tuned it. They had Mega Squirt. They had the Anderson PMS. They had the power pipe. They had S trims. They had an FMU. They had all that stuff. And they said, let me do this with an S197. The S550 guys had a Civic Type R, a Nissan 350, a Evo. They never cut their teeth in the old shit. So that's when you guys hear, oh, Alex, what do you think about the new Cobra Jet intake? Do you think it'll benefit my build? Your pump gas Gen 2? Yeah. Totally buy it. People really spend $2,000 on a CJ just to go slower. Evan Smith. Shout out to Evan Smith. New Civic Type R is going to slap. Again, we don't need motherfuckers like that here. Cobra Jet has never crossed my mind. Anything that can't be used boosted is a waste of money. I agree. Someone tell Blackout KR that stock cams chop harder than aftermarket cams. Exactly. They think it's going to give them huge horsepower. The electric Mitsubishi Evo is sexy. There's always a gift for everything. I thought performance at the cost of drivability was common knowledge. Was I wrong? Yes. No, you're right. You're right. But this is what's happening. People do this, right? Alex, I want a Cobra Jet, 149 millimeter cold air intake, and I know it's not going to drive great. I just want to make power. Okay, got it. Got it, sir. Here's a tune. E85 tune attached. Dial it in, watt, beautiful. Guess what happens 2 months later? Hey, Alex, I don't mean to be a pain in the ass, but the startup is a little wonky on this car. So what I do is I copy paste the email where they said, I don't give a fuck about drivability. I want a gap boost in Arizona. Okay, here is your paragraph, dickhead. Remember this part where you didn't give a fuck? And now all of a sudden you give a fuck, and it's my problem. It's my problem to tell you, first of all, you configured the car to run badly. I didn't. I just made it what you wanted it to be, a watt machine. And now, because startups take 3 chugs more than you'd like, we have to configure the whole motherfucker a different way. You want easy startups? Stock cold air intake. You want stock drivability? Stock intake with manifold active. You want to have no hard cranking issues? Pump gas. Basically a stock car. There's no such thing as drives just like stock, but makes 1,000 horsepower. That is a complete fucking lie. It drives pretty good, but there's no such thing as drives just like stock and makes 1,000 horsepower or makes 550 wheel NA. Bullshit. Guess I'll just unplug a coil pack. What's he talking about? So what did Blackout say? But getting more air in the intake valve doesn't mean more air gets into the engine if the lift and duration remains the same because of the cam. Unless you boost it, give 10 pounds and forget about it. Thank you, sir. DSS kit for 11 to 14. Ariel Adam is now electric. They're shooting for sub 2 seconds, 0 to 60, road legal. How long until they realize that electric performance isn't restricted enough? So what did, yeah, okay. Special money to buy an save the money and buy an ESS or a Beefcake Special. Way more cost effective, and you can get a patch with that also. You can actually get that along with a patch if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't need to know. You know what I mean? Like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, I can't see shit with this thing on. Oh, yeah, so if you know, you know. If you don't know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. It's an inside joke. The most inside joke in history.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Unfortunately, I'm a Chevy guy, and I know folks racing 355 Chevy, small blocks, heavy cars with no real gear. I don't care. I stopped caring. Like, if it's a car you plan to daily, you want the best of both worlds, go EV. Literally that simple. Finally made a non-peasant chat. Unlike Turvey, all I do is work. I'm extremely curious what the customer base is like behind the scenes. Mustang guys can't be worse than Mopar. Way worse. Guys, as bad as you think it is, it's worse. I'll give you an example, and I'm not going to name names, okay? Check it out. Had a guy who bought a intake. I'm not going to name companies because they're going to be like, hey, senior, Alex is talking shit on our kit. Hey, tell him something. You know that show that he has that he's had before he worked in tuning? Yeah, tell him something, senior. He's going to hang up on you. So he had a kit, and I said, this cold air system is only good with the insert installed. But I really want to see if you guys could make it work without the insert. I mean, I couldn't have been more clear. This intake kit is only going to drive halfway decent, not well, halfway decent with the insert in. Let's try it. Okay, pendejo, let's try it. Here you go. Hey, it really drives badly. Can you do something about that? Fueling is within 5%. The MAF signal looks like someone's having a heart attack. It's a dirty MAF signal. Turbulent air. Put the insert in. Here's a tune. You know what he does? He puts the insert in, runs the old tune. Now it's 20% rich. He goes, hey, it smells like gas. I think there's something wrong with the tune. I go, which tune do you have loaded? The tune you sent me last. Do me a favor. Go to your Engage. Go to the tuning status screen. Right there, it says, without insert. I'm like, hey, stupid. You gotta run the tune that says, with insert when the insert is in. Oh, okay. What about headers? Guys, that's exactly how the conversation. What about headers? I go, what about headers? Well, I put them on. You didn't tune me for them. So now I go down the rabbit hole and become a bit of a dickhead. I go, sir, what do you think headers do to a car that I need to tune it different? Well, the sensors, what about the sensors? They move downstream. I don't need to set some kind of delay. They don't move that much. Well, the car makes more airflow. So if it makes more airflow, what sensor is going to account for it? The O2s? No, the MAF sensor at the intake. Because now if the engine is more efficient and it sees more air, it compensates. Just like if you were to go to Denver and drive around and the car doesn't have any issues sucking all that 5,000 foot air and it fuels properly, then you go to the Laurentian Abyss and go walk down there. Bitch will be fine down there too. Fucking people, bro. Channel support, got paid, got some Tony Schleckenberg BS in my S2000 today, got 2 hours of time, track chasing GT350R, C7 is 06. Nick Rogers, glad you have fun, brother. For a gallon or two, thank you, sir. How's everyone? Says R. Crawler. Ronald Seymour says, I mean, I own Mopar, and I'd say I'm decently knowledgeable about cars. Takeovers just give Dodge a bad name. Rappers don't help. What do you mean rappers don't help? Hey, rappers, he's full of shit. You help. You on your own. Rappers on their own are responsible for sales and repossessions of Hellcats and Trackhawks. James Williams says, should have read the whole post. It was agreeing with you about the mismatched parts and the big freaking intakes. Oh, yeah, I just don't care. You got to get to it like real fast, dude. You can't write me a whole motherfucking essay, not pay, and then expect me to fucking read the whole thing. Pedro Parra says, you got to say hi to me. Biden said hi to me mid-speech at the National Education Center's headquarters. We go back a long time. Okay, that's done. Can you give me a header tune with stock headers? I hate tuning sometimes. Car owners don't listen at all. I refuse to do remote tune simply because fools don't listen. You got to understand, though, James. That's where the money's at, though. If you got vetted tunes, like combos that fucking work, do this. Say, hey, this combo works, makes this power, run it. If you don't run it, get the fuck out of my face. And that's what we do. What injectors do you have? Oh, I got fuel injector cunt face. You said FICs. There's either clinic or connection. No, this one's cunt face. Fuel injector cunt face? It said FIC in the tune order. Yeah, fuel injector cunt face. Okay, well, we don't tune fuel injector cunt face. Well, what the fuck? They said it's just as good as the other two. Man, get the fuck out of my face. Just got you what I missed. Yo, I need a tune. I got a grudge race on Friday. That's the other contingent. Street Outlaws has made absolute mockery of the race car game because guys watch that shit in their NA S550s with a trompeta and they say, oh, okay, I want a grudge race because I'm a bad motherfucker. And you're going to grudge race something that's going to beat you. A big cubic inch NA Camaro with a 10R. And you're like, yo, he's running 6.0. I'm only running 7.2. How can I make up a 1.2 second gap? I'm like, 100 horse? You're asking me how to make up 100 horse? Bro, you chose the wrong platform, son. I mean, to be fair, a lot of long tubes do claim they need a tune. Kevin Kevinson. The long tube header companies that say you need a tune say you need a tune to turn off cat codes. A lot of header companies go, well, this might require a tune, so get with your tuner on that. And then when you bolt on the headers, it throws P0420, P0430 codes. Catalyst inefficiency codes, meaning it's flowing more air than the car is used to seeing, so it thinks there's something wrong with the catalytic converter. Legally, based on EPA guidelines, we cannot touch those codes. So tell the header companies to shut the fuck up. eBay special parts. I love my 1050Xs. Yo, boy, my boy wearing a suit just got here. Good looking, my boy. Bro, this is badass shit, bro. Come on. I was inspired by Mr. the CEO. Should have had some cufflinks, but styling and profiling. It's all good. Live life quarter mile at a time. Shut up. I love Mustangs, but Mustang guys are annoying. For some reason, they know everything, but drive a stock 5.0 and want you to race their boyfriend's whip. I told you guys a long time ago, I am done with S550 owners generally and the culture that surrounds them because it became the stanced, bagged culture. The S550 became the stanced, bag culture. Guys, listen to this. Listen to this. There are grown men with penises that have Starlight headliners in their S550. I repeat, there are grown men that claim to have a penis and bang chicks and heterosexual that have a headliner with Starlight. Oh, I want to look at the fucking sky when I'm inside my car. You stupid ass. I'm telling you guys, there is not even making fun of them. You just ignore them. You just go, remember Starlight, Starbright? Remember that? Remember Starbright? Who's old enough to remember Starbright? Raise your hand. Starbright game. Starlight. Light bright. Light bright. Light bright. Every single time I see a car, especially a Mustang, with Starlight headliner, I think this motherfucker is living in 1982. Starlight, commercial. Light bright commercial. Bring out the colors and then tonight. Starlight, star bright. What the fuck? Let me see. Let me see the video. Starlight, star bright. Here you go. 1992. Fucking embarrassing.
The Great American Tune-In is brought to you by Light Bright. Turn on the magic of colored lights.
Turn on the magic of colored lights.
Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
Stupid. Dumbass motherfuckers.
Light bright, light bright.
Turn on the color.
Stupid.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Stupid.
Just pop in the colored pegs and follow the patterns.
Stupid.
It's easy to make beautiful pictures with Light Bright. Or create your favorite characters with Light Bright refills, like Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Tailspin, and The Little Mermaid.
Stupid.
Turn on the color. You fucking dickheads. You all look like that. Every single one of you motherfuckers that has a whatever the fuck, you guys look just like that. You stupid, all of you. I still have a Light Bright. Yep, I have it on the 70s. Wasn't that a song like by Madonna? It's the first song, Starlight. First song I sent tonight, Starlight. Yeah. Oh yeah. Starlight, Madonna. Yeah. You might be lucky star. You might be my lucky star. Do 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 do. Starlight, starlight. First light I see tonight. Oh, come on. Look at this. I see tonight. Starlight, starlight. Make everything alright. Starlight, starlight. Ooh yeah. Come on. She was like the whore of the 80s. Gotta love it. You guys look that stupid. Me with a wig and a suit look less stupid than you with a Starlight fucking headliner. Fex Dlicks, can you shut the fuck up, you fucking clown? Like, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Like, you ask that shit one more time, I'ma find you, motherfucker. I don't pull my girlfriend on social media. I'm not a fucking clown like you. Fucking dumbass motherfucker. Oh my God, we old. Alex, save some pussy for the rest of us and he can sing. Wow. Money. Got the Craig Sager suit on Starboy. That's worse than SF50 with lights on the headliner. No, stop singing. No, Steven F., you probably got one. You probably got starlights on your headliner. Stop it. Copyright in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm going to have to mute that. And copyright. Turvey's instrument panel looks like the Night Bright. Right. Motherfucker, why don't you show us your girlfriend? Why don't you suck my dick, son? And it'll be soft because I'm not gay. Oh, fake threats. Okay, cool. Fake threats. Yeah, keep talking about my girlfriend. Keep talking. It's all good. I like how people think that just because like I'm online, I won't come to your fucking door. Shut the fuck up. I have a certain set of skills. Like, look, they can. A lot of people think that they can like get away with certain things. There's a certain line where you cross, and it's a problem. It's a problem. Be smart. Can we have a drip check, please? You can land a helicopter on Fez's forehead. If I launch a car at 9K and explode the differential, will Ford covered under warranty? Look, I'm not gonna boot him. But look, be smart. Be smart. There's certain lines you don't cross. Like I don't talk about no one's fucking kids. Like there's certain people I dislike. I don't go after their wives and kids. Fucking psycho. You can track us. I can see where you're at. If you have watched my shows, all I gotta do is click on your username and I could do a backward search and I can find your ass. That's why it was funny making the show on Facebook. When you go on Facebook, thank you for becoming a new member, Thomas Hall. I appreciate that very much. That's the way to support the show. On Facebook, you couldn't hide your identity. But here, you could absolutely hide your identity. But I've recently found you can, if someone really gets off kilter, you can find who they are. It's not a problem. What about Megazilla? What the fuck are you talking about? You what? Again, you guys read a dumb article and you believe it. You guys read a dumb article. Remember the article that said the 7.3 is going to take over the world? The Mustang's going to have a 6.8 and a 7.3? That was fucking 2-3 years ago. It still might, but it didn't come out with the new S650 right off the bat. That would have made waves. I would have gone, well, that's really stupid. Like, I would have officially quit Ford 100% if they would have come out with a 6.8 or 7.3 variant of the Mustang, because I don't even want to be involved with Ford at that point. Not with VPN. You're right, but there's also ways of finding that out too. Believe it or not, I have a 19 GT PP2 Pro Charge Stage 2. Ford Innovations, the 85 814 horse. Lund tune has the map in the charge pipe, not in the intercooler. Why can't I get the Ghost Cam tune? Was excited for some chop, but still can't do it on the Pro Charger. Hey Braxton, why can't you just accept a no? Like, I'm blown away that you just can't accept no. Like, people don't. Number one, guys, the Ghost Cam tune is free and novelty. Free and novelty. We don't owe you that. Especially on combinations that you're going to complain about, because you're going to say, hey, it doesn't chop right. And I'm going to say, it's free and novelty. So it's literally up to me to say yes or no, it'll work on that car. Some Whipple cars, it works. Some it doesn't. Exact same tune. But why do people think that they can say, hey, why can't I get a Ghost Cam? Because your tuner said no, right? Was it me? Was it Brandon? Was it Dakota? Was it Junior? Was it Nardi? If they said no, stick to that. Like, just stick to that. Why do you go, why not? Just say, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Just asking. Like, I'm... Imagine you go to McDonald's and you want a Whopper. But I want a Whopper. You can't get a Whopper. We're McDonald's. We don't sell Whoppers. But I want it. Why can't you just make me something like the Whopper? Why can't you give me a Ghost Cam? I'm going to give you my whole setup. Why can't you? What the fuck? And then guys go, hey, Alex, I bought comp cam stage 3s. Ready to make it chop? I'm like, actually, stock cams chop harder. Unreal. Stranglehold. Zach says, where's Turvey at? Play his theme song so he'll enter the chat. He entered it a long time ago. What's a good Mustang to start out if I'm looking for a cheap second car to have fun? First rear-wheel drive car. Look, a Gen 1 is probably going to be your best bet, like a Gen 1 11 to 12 car. They're coming down in price, but with inflation, stock market dropping, tangible assets might go up. And because the supply shortage is still a thing, you would be surprised how used car prices might go up again. It's crazy. And Lund, make my car right for my phone? No. Gun to your head. Electric S650 or ICE X650 with a wine mod? I'd have to know how much the electric S650 makes. How much power does the S650 make? If it's 500, I don't want it. If a Mustang variant is electric and makes 8 to 1,000 horsepower, I think I'm going to get, obviously, the one that makes the most power and is faster and is tunable. He's going to want a refund. And you know what? Jason, thank you for mentioning that, Jason. We've had guys, you talk about how customers are good or bad. We've had guys literally do this, right? Reaper Rican, you got to refresh your feed on Metro PCS. We got 342 likes, 400 people watching, 342 likes. Refresh your Metro PCS. So people do this. People go ahead and go, I want an E85 tune, flex, pump gas with a PMAS. Okay, cool. Here's the pump gas tune. He dials it in. I give him a flex in E85. Great. And then I give him a Ghost Cam tune, and it doesn't chop all that good. And he's like, hey, Alex, it's not chopping good. Okay, send me another tune. I have seen that so many times in my queue. Send me another Ghost Cam tune. This one doesn't work. No, you don't get it. That's the tune. That's it. There is no adjusting. It's free and novelty. And then they go, the only reason I bought the tune from Lund was for the Ghost Cam. I want my money back. Like, you want your money back? You want your money back after we dialed you in, reviewed 7 or 8 logs, and because it doesn't chop on your particular application, you want all the money back. And that's when we started getting chargebacks. You guys have seen that on the Lund Racing page, we are bringing you all the fucking smoke. If you do a chargeback, you're going to get called out. You're going to put your fucking face on blast. We're going to say this motherfucker tries to steal. Because when you do a chargeback, you are stealing. 100%. You are stealing from us. Because number one, it costs us money to fight it. They hold it in a weird holding pattern. It costs, and let's say we've won every single one. Because all we have to do is provide a service for payment. So we say, you pay us? Here's a tune. Bye-bye chargeback. Because we're going to win that shit every time. So then they do a second chargeback, a third chargeback. And you know why they do it? Because they're dumb. They didn't data log right. They don't know how to data log. They had HP tuners issue. How many of you upgraded your iOS and then had connectivity issues with HP tuners TDN network? Raise your hand if you had HP tuners TDN network issues after updating the iOS. And how many of you hit me up and said, your tune won't load, fuck you? I go, I'm sorry, these previous 17 others loaded. Did you do anything from the time that you got the tune to now? Did you do anything from the time that you got the tune till now? They go, nope, I haven't done anything. And then they forget that they updated their iOS on their phone and now it doesn't communicate with TDN. And I am going back and forth thinking that I'm exporting something fucked up. I'm sending tunes like a madman. And then he goes, oh, by the way, yeah, I updated iOS and ended up being that. Unreal. Baxton says, I understand it can happen. Fine with that. Very happy with the tune. Otherwise, just curious about the actual reason to understand why. The tuner didn't feel like giving it to you that day. Like, look, I love you. I love you. Guys, I might come across salty. But, like, this shit gets old, man. This shit gets old. You paid for a tune for your supercharged Mustang. So, your supercharged Mustang is running good? Yes. Your supercharged Mustang is making good power? Yes. That's what you paid for. Anything else that is a free service, you should not even ask about. It's not complimentary, like you get it automatically. It is optional, free, and depending on the configuration. It's not automatically owed to you. It's not owed to you. So why do you think it's owed to you? Though the sense of entitlement nowadays is a little scary. Now, I'm not saying you have that, Braxton. Thoughts on Boostane works good. Look, I've used Octanium and Boostane on 2 vehicles. Guaranteed it's going to make your plugs brown every single time. It's going to make your plugs brown every single time. Not maybe. It will make your plugs brown. But you'll have about 100 octane. You know, it's pretty good. Bro, I just want the Burble and Cam Loeb tune. I've heard that too. How many times have I heard this, guys? I'm buying an E85 tune. I never want pump gas. Okay, fine. Here you go. Here's an E85 tune for your car. Have a good day. 2 months later, hey, I want flex. Okay, get back on pump gas. No, I don't want to ever go pump gas. I want flex. Okay, you got to get back on pump gas to dial in flex. Why can't you dial it in on E85? Because it varies from 55% to 85%. They don't understand what that means. Lund's Merchant Services Bank will hold funds until the claims process is finalized. So if the original charge was $1,000, Lund has to hold it for $1,000. It's literally stealing. Guys, chargebacks is literally stealing from us. Suspension or boost first? Boost. Click the ghost cam box, resend Alex. But Alex, my GT doesn't chop like my friend's GT500. It's the same tune. Guys, do you remember when the GT500 2020 version started getting the ghost cam and people said, what's the big deal? Why can't you make mine chop like that? Different motor, different heads, different pistons, different block, different everything. It's the same thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. Ghost cam tune not available everywhere. Right. Were you this harsh with the S550 or pretty? Were you this harsh with the S550 or pretty impressed? So I made fun of the initial thoughts about it. But if you saw MVAV, if you saw my show last week, the way Ford Performance announced the S550 made everybody excited. Ford Performance put out a video showing a EcoBoost running 12s, a GT running 11s, and a GT with a Ford Performance supercharger, aka a Roush blower, running 10s. That's how we got introduced to the S650. And then people said it looked like a Fusion, and I said, with a drop and some wheels, it's going to look good. This car, the S650 with a drop and some wheels, is going to look good. But you can't tell me that doesn't look like a Camaro with Mach-E headlights. You can't look at me dead in the eyeballs and say, that doesn't look like a modern Camaro with Mach-E headlights. Kind of a lazy question, but about the door, but out the door. What would it cost for a new customer? Remote supercharger 2 and Gen 1 Coyote manual 2.3 TVS. I'm thinking it's $800, right? I think it's $800 plus credits plus whatever tuner you have. Is that the real Mustang laughs on the chat? No, he's never on here. Keep it stock and you won't have any issues. 11 to 1. I'm figuring around 12 to 1300, but not sure if that includes the RTD thing. No, if you buy the RTD, you got to buy the RTD. You got to buy credits and you got to buy the tune. So if you buy the RTD, you got to buy credits. The RTD is the flasher. The credits to license your vehicle are a totally different. We don't set the pricing. HP Tuners does. The RTD, credits, and then the tune cost. The Dark Horse looks like an LT1. Exactly. The Dark Horse, the wine bottle car looks like an LT. And it looks like an LT Camaro with Mustang Mach-E headlights. Stop it. Stop it. The quarter panels definitely say Camaro to me. It does look like the Camaro. Gotta love the cam stand. Exactly. Seen that post earlier making fun of the Camaro. Look, and guys were defending it. Taking away the door lines kill the S550 and a half. Look, I'm one of those guys that I'm not stupid. So, okay. 2010 Camaro. So, 2010 Camaro. I'm going to make the case right now. 2010 Camaro. Images. Let me see a side profile. Looking for a side profile. Okay, there we go. Oops. Display capture. There we go. Boom. Okay, 2010 Camaro. So 2022 Camaro. Oops. 2022 Camaro. Okay, images. Side profile. Okay. This looks like this, right? This looks like this. So the 2010 Camaro kind of looks like this, right? Similar body lines, maybe tweaked, but the door, the fender, the quarter panel, see the quarter panel has a little more refined line. The window, see the window, right? It looks like that. So the 2010 Camaro looked like that, and the 2010 Mustang look like this. Okay? So the 2010 Camaro looked like this. The 2010 Mustang looked like this. So the 2010 Camaro has more in common with the 2022 Camaro than the 2010 Mustang has with the 2022 Mustang. Jesus Christ, images. I can't even type. Here we go. That's not a good representation. So a 2010 Mustang looks nothing like a 2022 Mustang. So you're telling me a 2022 Camaro, Jesus, I literally can't type. Jesus Christ, I gotta look down. Camaro, Jesus. A 2022 Camaro, images. You're telling me this looks absolutely nothing like the 2024 Mustang. Images. Gee, I literally can't type. 2024 Mustang. You're telling me this doesn't look like this. You're going to give me a straight look in the fucking eye sockets and go, this doesn't look like this. Let's see a ZL1. There we go. Even better. Boom. You're telling me that doesn't look like that. Bro, you guys are smoking crack. Again, the 2010 Camaro looks more like the 2022 Camaro than the 2010 Mustang looks like the 2024 Mustang. Stop it. Will you put a stall in the truck once you have the ESS installed? We'll see. We'll see how much boost it makes out of the hole. Stang Motor announced 2024 Supercharged S650. Who cares? Whipple announced that. Whipple announced that a long time ago. Why do you think Stang Mode announced anything, dude? Stang Mode announces what Ford tells him. Whipple has been working on this supercharger kit for the 2024 Mustang a long time ago. Ask Bondobird. Bondobird was making parts for it probably a year ago. Stop it. And Chapa says, imagine an S297 and S550. Can't lie, the ZL1 1LE is bad. Mustang looks are going in the wrong direction like the Ford sucks. Nah, different. Vince, you're wrong. You're 100% wrong. The 2010 Camaro has more in common with the 2022 Camaro than the 2010 Mustang has to do with the 2024 Mustang. The late 2020s Camaro looks more like the Mustang than the early 2010s. Stop it. Stop it. Still baffled that people price shop tunes, then complain when they get the cylinder 8 delete tune. Crack can't smoke itself. Is he really talking about Stang Show down here? Look, a lot of people are Stang Mode fans. And those guys, you know, they're a special type. They're a special type of breed. But yeah, he is a ball washer. He literally goes on his Instagram and says, I came up with the Dark Horse name. Like, he literally says that, and he probably believes it. Guys, every single time when someone that I know meets Stang Mode, they go, how is he? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you anything about him because I'm obviously biased. I want you to meet him, and you tell me about him. So they meet, they talk. Like there was a drag racing event up in Orlando, and he was up there with the VMP guys, and my buddy met him, and he comes back and he goes, that guy's a fucking chooch. I go, I know. Like, I didn't have to tell you how he was. All you have to do is talk to him, and you know he's a fucking chooch. China announced it a year ago. Nice, Stang Mode, huh? Who the fuck watches Stang Mode? Exactly. Stang Mode. It does look similar, starting with those turn signals and backlights. Anyone else drink tonight? All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Yes, Stang Mode sucks. We all know Stang Mode sucks. I wanted to give you guys an hour. I got dressed up like Mr. Farley as best as I could, but you saw that Ford was down 30%. 30% in the stocks this year. That's where the rubber meets the road. The stock market dictates everything. And once people start making the decision of buying a ICE SUV or an electric SUV without being shoved down the EV path, the market will dictate the EV game. Because a lot of ICE people are mad that the government is pushing them towards EV. And I agree. The government should not dictate anything. The government should not force you to get anything. So let the free market decide. And government, if the free market decides ICE over EV, they have the final say, not government. Because if people, regardless of your push and tax breaks, are not buying EVs made by anyone else than Tesla, you got to stop mandating these companies from making EVs and losing money. The government will literally make these companies lose money by mandating that they make a certain amount per year when nobody is buying them. Guys, I'm going to be on Sunday morning, Peasant Chat, or Sunday night. We'll see. I think you guys watch regardless, but it's more than likely going to be Sunday morning Peasant Chat. I like getting up early, having my coffee, and talking shit with the fellas. I appreciate anyone that came on today, paid a super chat, became a member. That's the best way to support the channel. Go watch and like the videos. If you become a member, there's 30 plus videos that you can watch. You have special access to certain emojis, and you get to see some of the videos before anybody else gets to see them. So that's a nice little perk of paying up as little as $5 a month to support the channel. And it really goes a long way for me to be able to bring you content, buy stuff, buy equipment. I bought mics. I've upgraded my sound equipment. And me and the Parts Farm are going to do something pretty awesome. I think you guys are going to really appreciate. It's not astronomical, but I think it's interesting to the older folks in here. I think you guys are really, really going to appreciate in about a week or two what I'm going to start bringing to this channel. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a great weekend.